Hey there, Bob here. Second day. So the clutch is installed, and now it's time to adjust it, and that takes a bit more work than I was willing to do last night. So the concentration will be two things. First is up here at the perch. We'll be taking the clutch and opening that up to about midpoint to start out with, and then we'll come back down here and we'll work down here on the left side of the bike. I'm going to remove the quick shift connector here, remove this plastic plate, get access to the cable that's coming down here, which is the clutch cable that's coming down here. There's an adjuster on there for the lower, and we'll back that one off also until we get to a place where we can start to do final adjustment. So I'll take this off. I have to do this on the knee and not drop it. So they say you got to take the connector off. Somebody else on ADV Rider said, didn't mention that he bothered with it on either the removal or putting back together. Looking from the front of the bike, that shroud really was just a pull off. It was on this little ball here, so I can certainly get this loose, but I think this connector and wiring here is going to be in the way. So I did do a pre-run of this. If you pinch on the top of this, pinch this inward, that's the release, and then give it a good tug and a wiggle. There we go. Required a little more pinch. Alright, so this gives me a little better access here to those to that jam nut. I guess I'm actually alright, so I was doing some discovery here, and what I should be doing really is doing this do it by the book, do it in the order that they say. So we'll come back up to the perch here, and we'll release the one that's next to the perch. Alright, so that's released. What I've done is, it was adjusted at about this place here, where there's maybe a little less than a centimeter between the two, and I've added about the same amount on the other side of it, so that's how much I've pulled it out, which is quite a bit. So we'll see if that's enough. You've essentially shortened the cable by lengthening this process. The clutch is super stiff and super up against the perch. So now that basically we've sort of tightened the system up top, right? There's no slack in the system at all. Now we're wanting to add slack down here. So we want to open up this nut here and let the housing slide down this direction, and then we'll tighten up on the other side of it over here once we're done. But the adjustment says to loosen this until there is slack up top in the perch, and then retighten it, tighten it back, I guess back that way, until you don't have any slack, and so that becomes your starting point. So that's what we'll do here. We'll loosen this guy. So in a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey world, we're loosening this nut. Yeah, it's still up at the perch, right? Up at the perch, there's still no slop at all, right? I mean, that is tight against the perch. So I still want to go down here, and this may be the indicator that I've gone too far up on the midpoint up top on the perch, that I can't, if I can't get this guy adjusted outward far enough to make a starting point that has slack up there, then I've gone too far. So we'll see. See when I get to the end of the rope. Aha! So there's the end of the rope. Okay, so maybe I'm just maybe I'm starting to feel just a little bit of pull off the perch, a little bit of slack. So I'm actually going to go back up to the perch side, and I'm going to tighten that one back up just a little bit, and see that I do actually get to a point where I've got a little bit of slack. I took the jam nut here, and I did wind up putting this in just a little bit further, and was able to get just a bit of free play out of the perch, and then I backed that, I backed it off to just where it's stiff against the perch. I did actually come back up to the adjuster that's up on the perch, and I did bring that in about probably a good full turn, maybe a little bit more than a full turn. So that actually helped to loosen things up, so that I was back at a point where kind of you can get to a starting point. And then took this back nut here and tightened that one up against the metal sleeve that's here, that's holding the whole cable assembly in there. And so that's nice and tight up against there. Put the plug back in here, which kind of closes this back up. I did not put the plastic cover back on. That's still sitting down here on the floor. It actually fell out. There was a wire, the wire that heads to the, I think, to the thermostat. Here was hooked into a little hook on the back side of the where'd he go? Over here, right? Yeah. So right there is the little hitch that wire sits in, and once this thing was just dangling in the air, then it fell. The only oddball is that one of these little cushion bumper things that pushes through a plastic piece is now homeless. So I doubt that'll get reinstalled, but at any rate, I'm going to leave this off in case I do need to come back down to the inline adjuster. So now we do the final free play adjust, which should happen all up at the perch, and hopefully we get a running bike and a good clutch. At this point, I'm ready to do the initial free play gain check, and I'll do the rubber band method for the first try at it, and then I'll go to the hand method. I'm used to my WR250, so I kind of expect it to be similar. And on this bike, the free play gain is the amount that this lever will pull back when you are in neutral and you rev it to 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs. This guy should pull back on its own, and I believe it sticks there after you get back to idle. So you're looking for a quarter, an eighth to a quarter, so it's not a lot, an eighth to a quarter of pullback. So we'll start it up, and I'll grab the rubber band, install that, and then we'll see what it does. And so I do have it up on the center stand, so that the rear wheel's off the ground, so that it can't lurch and move away from me regardless of what happens with the clutch. So just in case something freaky happens. So the rubber band is on, so you put the rubber band around, you loop it inside of itself, and bring it out to the clutch, and you bring it to the very end. They give you the size of the rubber band they give you is based upon the model of bike and how much pressure it should have. So I remember the one for the WR was much skinnier rubber band. There's another way to set the free play gain that's sort of based upon when you put it in first gear and you're sort of on a even surface, that it's just wanting to pull away from you just a little bit. It's not really going to take off, but while it's sitting there in first gear, that it's just kind of nudging at you. We'll start her up here, and we'll see what happens. So we're supposed to also warm it up for 2 or 3 minutes. I'll do that off camera, and once it's warmed up, then I'll come back on and we'll do the free play gain. Hey there, everybody. So I had some technical difficulty with GoPro and lost the audio on this portion, but the bike is running at this point and has gotten warmed up. I'm in neutral, and I'm going to rev it to 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs and see what the clutch lever does. Clutch lever should come back eighth to a quarter of an inch, and spoiler alert, it's not going to. Once we figure out that there's too much free play gain, then we're going to need to tighten things up a bit so that that's not such an issue. So that'll be the next topic. So bit of the unexpected. Let me show you the result first, and I'll tell you the story. So I think we're probably in the ballpark here on the free gain. So if I rev, we're going to see a much more reasonable pull there, and that could be still a little on the loose side, meaning too much free play gain, but that's a little unclear. So unfortunately, what's happened is that I can't seem to loosen up this guy here any further, even though I know it was looser than that earlier. I tightened it up, and so now I've butchered up this this thumb screw pretty badly with a pair of pliers, trying to get it to go, and to no avail. So what I've done is I've come back down here to the inline adjuster, and I've retightened this nut here, which is effectively lengthening the line, and that's what's gotten me you know, into the zone here. And I'm going to use this for the primary adjustment spot for getting me to not having too much, because I can actually still tighten the one that's up there. If it's too little, I can actually adjust that one by tightening, but I can't loosen it any further. So that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to think about why that might be. It just is really jammed up, but only in one direction. So very odd. So anyway, so I'm going to use this guy to do any further adjustments. So I'm going to take it out here on the street and do that sort of fine grain adjustment in the first try at putting it in first gear, and see what we get. And I'm not sure how much of that I'll get to film, but I'll try to give a little bit. I did some of the braking procedure that seemed to work well, and so it's you know, taken off at 2,500 RPMs. It's getting pretty engaged, and by 3,500 it seems fully engaged. So I'm gonna take it for another spin, and then probably call it done, and tighten up that inline adjuster down at the bottom, and then tighten up the one at the perch, and call it done. And one more example of the clutch and sort of getting the adjustment right. I think this is pretty darn close to right. So I'm in first gear right now. You can see from the screen here, it's in first, sitting about 1,200 RPMs, and I'm sitting on a pretty flat spot. It's downhill out there, down past the house, but up here this is pretty flat. So if I let off, and I'm holding with the front brake, if I let off on the front brake right now, it's just wanting to just barely move on me. And then if I start to roll on, right, I get it taken off. But right now it's just wanting to, right, I can hold it back with my feet, and that's what the internet says anyway. And in the troubleshooting for the Rekluse, it also sort of mentions that same sort of notion that that adjusting it should get you to a place where it's just tugging on you at idle, and not much more than that. And so I think we're there, and so we'll see how it goes. That's about it. Rekluse RadiusX on an F850GS. This is Bob signing out.